Hope you're doing well. It's time for a book haul. Before I dive into the details and why I was buying books and where I was buying books, I'm going to be unhauling books. As you can see back here, I've got 2.5 piles down there. Yeah, I'm going to unhaul them. I'll probably do a video on that and talk about, which authors I picked, why, what series maybe that I picked that and why I'm unhauling them. It does create a little free up of shelving, and I did do some switching. I had up above me, my desk and computer area, I had all of my fantasy, and now I moved that down here where I had my sci-fi, and moved my sci-fi all up in here, and I moved some stuff around, reorganized, kind of made a little more sense, put mystery together, and at least tried to the best I could, keeping authors and yeah. So maybe down the road we'll do a room tour, shelf tour again soon. But yeah, that's for the future. Right now I'm just enjoying reading books and doing book reviews. But yeah, probably a room tour and an unhaul video will be forthcoming. But let's dive into the book haul. So a friend of my wife and I gave me a Facebook post, or shared a Facebook post with me about a local library close to me that was doing their annual sale. And I earmarked it and got up early. I'm glad I got there early, because I got there about 15-20 minutes ahead of when it opened, and there was already like 25 people there in line. Like, wow, I've never done one of these. This is interesting. It's a Goodwill sale, which means you go in, you get as many books as you want, you can carry, and you give them a Goodwill donation. You give them as much as you want, and you're not entitled to buy books, but you give them a donation. And so I gave them a $20 bill for all of the books that I'm about to showcase here. But yeah, let's dive right into this, because I think it's interesting. I've got a little bit of something, a little bit kind of everything here. So let's dive into it. I picked up, 3 adult Westerns. Let's start off with some smut. I mean, come on. Yes, I found 3 gunsmith novels. I found Let It Bleed, which is Gunsmith 397 by J.R. Roberts. I picked up No Turning Back, which is Gunsmith novel 267. And then I picked up, I love the cover of this one. This was interesting. Justice in Rimfire, Gunsmith 225. Look at that kind of Harlequin-esque, cover. Yeah. I have about 8 or 9 of these now, and I've read a couple of them. I like the stories for what they are. I like the books. They're all the same. But yeah, I really like the story, the plot. The romance, adult stuff, I could skip. I tend to skip over because it just doesn't interest me. But yeah, I like these. They're quick, palate cleanser, afternoon reads. So it is what it is type thing. But I picked them up. I also picked up some Louis L'Amour. I have a couple of these already, so some of these are going to be upgrades, and then I will take and give them to free libraries. But I picked up The Broken Gun. Really love these covers. And then I picked up Long Ride Home. Now, The Broken Gun is an actual novel, and the Long Ride Home is actually a collection of short stories, as well as is this next one, which is Buckskin Run. It is a collection of short stories as well by Louis L'Amour. And then I picked up The Burning Hills. This one I actually already have, but this one's a better edition, so I'm going to upgrade it. Yeah, I picked those up. And then I saw some Stephen King. And obviously, I have all Stephen King's books except for Holly and the brand new one. Now, I've shown restraint not to get Holly, but I ended up finding these editions and I just had to grab them. They're like brand new. These beautiful trade paperbacks of Stephen King. I grabbed these. Now, I saw Night Shift and my beat up mass market paperback. I had to grab that, so I picked it up. Night Shift is the best collection by Stephen King. I picked up The Shining, this wonderful edition in the snow. You can see the face. This is spoken for. So is this. I picked up Holly. And I'm glad my friend decided, hey, I'd like to try that one because I didn't know how I felt driving with this home. But yeah, these two I'm going to give to one of my friends and yeah, send them to him. He's a Stephen King fan. We were trading emails and text messages. And so yeah, these are going to him. And so then I picked up The Dark Half in the Dead Zone and these beautiful trade paperbacks. They're all these large trade paperbacks and they're just incredible. And so I will upgrade my editions with these. I believe I have a hardback edition of The Dark Half, but it's pretty beat up. And I think The Dead Zone, I have an old beat up hardback without the dust jacket as well. So I'm going to give those to free libraries and hang on to these. These two will be going to my buddy. So I'm really excited about that. Then I was looking around and I've been collecting these, and so I found some more. I found some more Spencer novels by Robert B. Parker, and I picked up Slow Burn by Robert B. Parker and by Ace Atkins, who took over the Spencer series, and so that's really cool. I picked up Painted Ladies. Got the man there, Robert B. Parker. I picked up this library edition of Hush Money. Really cool photo. I like this one. One of his photos. I don't know if you could see that well, but it's got him and he's got a dog on a chain. It's a really cool picture. I picked up The Widening Gyre. Really cool little hardback with Mylard, which I have a few more over there in my collection. And then I picked up Angel Eyes, really cool Mylard edition collection. This is a library edition, really cool. So I picked up 5 Spencer novels that I didn't have, which is really, really cool. And then I picked up these because I saw the name and I grabbed them. And so I picked up 3 87th Precinct novels by Ed McBain. Now, this one I actually have in my edition is actually better, but I went ahead and I knew I had this when I grabbed it, but I went ahead and grabbed it because I couldn't remember if my edition was decent or not, but my edition is actually better than this one, so this one I'm going to donate. But I didn't have these two, which are King's Ransom and He Who Hesitates, which are really cool covers. I have several that are like this cover design, but these are really cool. That ice cube with the little blood on it. Really cool. So I got 2 new 87th Precinct novels, which is always great. And then lastly, I saw this and I was just blown away and I did a little research, but this is the actual last adventure of Tarzan by Edgar Rice Burroughs and by Joe R. Lansdale. And this was actually found after Burroughs' passing and done, but this is a hardback Mylard edition of The Lost Adventure, Tarzan. On the back, it says, nearly 50 years ago, Edgar Rice Burroughs' final Tarzan manuscript was locked in a vault unfinished. It became the stuff of legend. Now, half a century later, Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated and Dark Horse Books proudly present Tarzan, The Last Adventure, vintage Burrough at its best. It's really, really cool edition. The chapters have these cool little designs. The back's got this. This is a library edition, and it's Mylard. It's just a fantastic condition. It has the deckled pages on the deckled edges on the paper. It's really thick paper. Just really beautiful book. And so, yeah, I grabbed that for sure. And so, again, I paid $20 for all this. Again, it was a fantastic score. And I was able to also pick up a couple books for a buddy of mine. So I am super excited. Picked up a couple upgrade editions and some new books, some new Spencer novels, some new 87th Precinct, a wonderful edition of The Lost Adventure of Tarzan, upgraded some Stephen King, upgraded some Louis L'Amour. I'm really excited. $20. not a bad way to spend an early Saturday morning and support a local library as well. And so that is my book haul. I hope you enjoy, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks.